You asked for it. Presenting a double-stacked stability bunker base for duos, trios and up, with an open core stretching over 2 stories, housing 13 large and 4 small boxes, which is protected from 20+ rockets thanks to a novel stability roof bunker technique. The base can be your friend throughout the whole wipe. It comes with a starter unit, it does not require any blueprints, and it does not use any armored building blocks, so you can use all your HQM for weapons, gears and the like. In the version shown in the tour, it takes about 31 rockets to fully raid the core. Once you obtain the garage door blueprint, the raid cost goes up to 53 rockets. The build is about 37k stone and 80k metal frags. The upkeep is about 9k stone and 7k metal frags per day. The entrance uses a single door, double door airlock. It leads straight up to the 3rd floor. It is covered by shop fronts and shooting ports designed to spot and fight door campers. A corridor leads all around the 3rd floor. You can adapt the space to your needs, such as storing non-important items or creating a bedroom. The entrance is mirrored on the other side of the base, which requires door campers to control 2 exits when they try to lock you in. Through this double door we enter the core of the base. On the 3rd floor you find boxes and furnaces. The 2nd floor houses more boxes and a tier 2 workbench. And the 1st floor has sleeping bags and a TC. The clue about this base is that when you go offline, you seal it with 2 roof to make door raiding 16 rockets more expensive. Before you go offline, hop onto the 2nd floor and place an upgraded roof onto a twig triangle. Then jump down onto the 1st floor and repeat this process. The door to the chutes that lead down into the core are now blocked by these roofs, which are as strong as 2 armored doors. When you go online again, hit out the triangles to make the roofs collapse and free the chutes. Build the foundation pattern in twig first to make sure that there's enough room for the base. Start with the core, 2 squares surrounded by triangles on the left and the right. Add 1 triangle to each of the sides. Fill in the rest with triangles and squares. To give you a better idea of where the core and where the honeycomb goes, here are the foundations upgraded to their final tier. In-game, you would probably only upgrade the core now. The core will be the starter unit. Place a TC onto one of the center triangles of the core. Then place walls all around the core, except next to the TC, put a double door. Place furnaces, a few boxes, sleeping bags, and get your frags cooking. Replace the wooden doors by metal doors, and add 2 more double doors to create an airlock for your starter. Once you got more frags, create the first loot room. You may have to take out this door temporarily in order to place boxes onto the upper half of the shelf. Make sure not to upgrade this triangle on the left. We will need it to be twigged for the stability seal. We now can also place a workbench and a research table. Fill in the remaining doors to complete the starter unit. From now on, every building block will be immediately upgraded to its final tier. However, if you do not have the metal frags yet, upgrade them to stone temporarily. We now create the first chute. Since we will move the entrance onto the second floor, we need twig stairs to get up. Close off the chute, place a furnace and a campfire. The campfire was a suggestion from one of the comments of a previous video. It should make it easier to jump onto the furnace. Now place walls all around the second floor, with the exception of the triangle diagonally opposite of the chute. The core is now 2 stories high. We will use the space left of the chutes to place boxes. Again, you may have to remove the door temporarily in order to place the boxes on the upper half of the shelves. A Tier 2 workbench can go next to the new exit. Make sure to place it as far left as possible, or it might prevent the roof from being placed. Since the base is getting fat and loaded, it's a good time to add more honeycomb. I'm going to fast forward through much of the build steps. Make all the floor tiles sheet metal so that raiders have to choose between the floors when rocketing in from the side. To continue with the build, we will have to convert the temporary entrance on the second floor into another chute. Thus, we need to get a way to get onto the third floor. Therefore, we start working on the final entrance. Make sure to place the shop fronts before the stairs, otherwise you won't be able to place the shop fronts and be left with an open airlock. We can now close off the temporary entrance and build the second chute. Put walls all around the third floor of the core, with the exception of the door frames which go next to the chute. These three open triangles become another loot room. Place furnaces next to the entrance. I'm now going to complete the honeycomb, and again I'm going to fast forward through the boring parts. Complete the entrance area and connect it to the core. Since the backside of the chute is the most vulnerable part, place sheet metal walls here. Please note that you can upgrade these low walls to sheet metal to avoid pickaxe raiding. However, given the base's stability seals, it doesn't necessarily make sense to discourage door raiding, so it's up to you. Now you have a safe way to get in and out of the base. Once this is done, mirror the airlock on the other side of the base. Now, let's close off the corridor that goes all around the base. Upgrade these triangles to sheet metal to protect the chute. We upgrade all of them so raiders don't know which one the chute is. If later you want to add a shooting floor or roof access, leave one of the floor tiles wood. To make it more difficult for raiders to understand the base and help in an online raid, place a few double doors around the corridor. I'm sure you will find good use for the space inside the corridor. Here's a suggestion of how I might use it, but make it your own. As always, a few suggestions for improvement. If you get your hands on a tier 3 workbench, replace the tier 1 workbench on the first floor. If you get the garage door BP, gradually replace all the doors in the core, starting from the first floor. Traps can be placed strategically to guard the entrance. Given that this base does not require any blueprints and can be built in small steps, it's well suited to accompany you all the way from early into the late game. May it serve you well. Until then, Evil Wurst out.